What's up, guys? My name is Mr. Turley, and I have this paused right here so that I can read this full name to you guys because it's pretty long. So this is 2014 SXON Round 1 Lee. I'm not even going to try to say that, France. So let me just tell you guys right now before I even start this has to be this is the most amazing off-track stuff, hands down, I can say I've ever seen on a track on MX Simulator right here before. Ever. Like, this is incredible stuff. Like, it almost feels like I'm on more of a roller coaster, more so than a motocross track. It's pretty incredible stuff. So it's more of like a hybrid track. You go like inside of the stadium, outside of the stadium, through tunnels. This is quite the amazing track, and definitely recommend all you guys looking this up and trying to ride on it. So it is a little hefty on the PC though, because there is a lot of off-track stuff. So just be aware of that. If you don't have the best computer, it's probably gonna hog it down a little bit. But anyways, so here we go. So like I said, this is more of like a roller coaster ride or a theme park ride or something, more so than it is like a motocross track. But pretty incredible stuff. I mean, just look at the scenery. This is incredible, man. I mean, this is like unheard of kind of stuff for MX Simulator. Like tunnels, that's like the hardest thing to make in MX Simulator. If you don't know how to, if you haven't never really done it before, that's really hard to make. So then you like go into the Supercross stadium right here. Pretty amazing, man. Just full Supercross stadium, and it's like, but you go back out of the Supercross stadium, and it's like a full motocross track around the Supercross stadium. It's quite the gnarly track overall. So, but this is one of the funnest tracks I've rode on in a long time. So, but as far as like the spacing of the jumps and everything, it's a super narrow track, but I guess you could call it really realistic, because a lot of times that's how real supercross tracks are on TV. They don't look very narrow, but you look at a helmet cam video, and most of the time those supercross tracks can barely even fit 3 people wide on them. So they're usually pretty narrow, kind of like this is. So, but anyways, really awesome. Bunch of cool little rhythm sections and stuff, and yeah, so it's like I said, just narrow, and it feels like a realistic supercross track. So a couple of pretty interesting little lines you can hit here and there, but the jumps are really smooth, and everything's pretty smooth overall. So it's not hard to like just run consistent laps on the track, so that's always good. And so you come back down into the motocross section, go through another tunnel right here. Amazing stuff right here, guys. And right here, so you can actually triple this up. It's kind of like a motocross uphill triple, but I only doubled it right there. So then you come back down into some motocross ruts. So this is amazing, like back outside the stadium. I don't know how this person fit all this on one track without it just totally, shutting your game down. I don't know how it works, but anyways, really cool. Couple of cool motocross style jumps. This right here, pretty big jump. You got to jump all the way to like another landing, and kind of looped out a little bit there, but just amazing off-track stuff. I mean, like I said, probably the most amazing off-track track I've ever seen in this game. So not probably, it is the most amazing off-track stuff. So just really cool motocrossy jumps here and there. But just look to the left there. Like, there's just so much detail in that full just supercross stadium, like outside of the stadium. There's so much to it, and this section right here is just amazing. Look at this tunnel. It's like you're almost in a shark tunnel, like where there's fish tanks and stuff on the side. That's pretty incredible, man. But anyways, just super fun track. You're never gonna get bored of looking at the off-track stuff because there's so much of it. So just amazing overall, and I've never seen anything like it before, straight up. So and on top of all that, it's a lot of fun because it's a hybrid track, so you got the kind of the motocross and the supercross vibe to it. So but just pretty amazing stuff, man. Pretty narrow, like I said. It's quite a bit more narrow than your average supercross tracks for MX Simulator. But as far as the jumps, everything's really smooth and built just to hit, pretty straightforward. So you shouldn't really have any problems with anything. I tried to hook this little triple right here. Pretty sure you could do it, but I didn't really stick the landing. But it's all good, man. Just really cool. Unique is like the only word for this track. Just everything on it's unique. So but it's like nothing too big jump wise or anything like that. Like I said, it's all pretty chill, pretty mellow. But there are some sections that you really got to hit on a 450, like to quad or do something like that. And some of the bigger like motocross section jumps are a little bit harder. I feel like would be a little bit harder on a smaller bike. But just amazing, man. Like, definitely the most amazing hybrid track I've ever seen or ever even imagined before. And just off-track stuff is A+, 10,000 times a million. It's pretty incredible. So But yeah, just I don't know what else to really say about the track, man. Just try it out for yourself, and you'll see the amazement to it all. So it's just pretty cool, just the way you come back down and come out of the stadium right here. Just turns into motocross all of a sudden. Really cool, fun uphill triple, super fun, and you come back down, all the people, all the crowd off of the track's really cool, and it just looks like just one of the most amazing tracks I've ever seen or ever even imagined before. So this is like, this kind of stuff right here is like stuff you think couldn't be in the game, like it's impossible, and then somebody goes out and does it. So pretty cool for sure. And then this right here, this is that jump I was trying to hit where you jump all the way to that one landing. So really cool stuff. Let me actually get into some third person here. Okay, so just really cool jump sections and stuff. It's just like when you look off of the track, there's never a section where you're like, oh, that looks barren or that doesn't look right. Or I mean, just look at all the detail off of the track. That's incredible. I mean, that is just amazing. And all these tunnel sections, like you can't just build tunnels straight up. That's got to be like statues and models and all that kind of stuff built up. So just amazing overall track, and I don't really know what else to say about it. Just tons of fun jumps and perfect mix between motocross and supercross. So definitely giving this track a 10 overall. This is probably the best rating track. If I was rating things like, 0 to 100, this would be 100, and none of the other tracks I've ever really rated before would be 100, if that makes sense. So this is probably the best track I've ever seen before on MX Simulator. Definitely for the off-track stuff. On-track stuff's pretty good, pretty solid, but definitely off-track is just through the roof. I don't think anything's ever really going to compete with this. So just super amazing track overall, and so definitely 10 overall. And I'm going to say the difficulty, I'm going to say it's a solid, I'm going to just say it's medium, just because it is pretty smooth here and there, and there's nothing too crazy. So just medium difficulty. So anyways, so getting sketchy right there, but definitely recommend all of you guys checking this track out. Super amazing. Just make sure your computer can handle it, because it is pretty hardcore. So but anyways, I appreciate all you guys watching these videos, and I'll keep on making them. Thanks, guys.